On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Sunday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So this morning, my peeps, is Sunday morning, the day when some of the regular ones and ones them out there traverse the church to worship. So whilst you're out there doing so, please remember On The Spot News Media's loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right now, so you know for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And today, of course, is the official Red Rice and Rooster Day. Yeah, man. So to all of the regular ones and ones them out there in the kitchen, we are deal with the finger-licking chicken. You don't know. Go and bless upon yourself or whatsoever meat kind on the decide to prepare today. And to all of the regular members out there traversing about your regular business from Moran Point to the Grill Point, there is a reason and a method to the madness why I always state this clearly. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Because it is within this time period that Jamaica seems to record the most fatal knockings and clappings. Yeah, man. So my peeps, safe travel, pan the gravel, and as always, continuously look out on the corner eye, cause the old dirty corner boy them always out there and lurks. Yeah, man. So now the morning, my peeps, we're going to kick it off with some updated story in an international story involving Sean Kingston and his mother. Now, right now, things don't look so bossy for Sean Kingston and his mother. They face decades in prison if they are found convicted of the federal wire charges. Now, a grand jury charged Sean Kingston and his mother, Janice Turner, each with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 5 counts of wire fraud. Sean Kingston and his mother, Janice Turner, faces decades in prison if convicted by the federal grand jury on wire fraud charges. Now, according to a press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Southern District Office, which is in Florida, that is, on Friday, July 19th, a Miami grand jury charged Sean Kingston, whose real name is Kishane Anderson, 34 years old, and his mother, Janice Turner, who is presently 61 years old, each with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 5 counts of wire fraud for their alleged involvement in a scheme to defraud victim sellers of high-end specialty vehicles and also jewelry and other goods purchased by the defendants through the use of fraudulent documents. Now, if convicted, each faces up to 20 years in prison on each count per the release. The Southern District Department in Florida alleged that the mother and son duo unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank or other monetary payment transfers as payment for the goods they have received, when in fact no such bank or wire transfer or any other monetary payment transfers had been executed by the purported banks. arrest warrants released by the Broward County Sheriff's Office and previously reviewed by myself on the Spot News Media allege that the duo stole nearly $500,000 in jewelry, $160,000 from an Escalade dealer, and over $86,000 from a maker of customized beds, among other things. Now, through the execution of this scheme, the defendants obtained in excess of $1 million in property. So right now, my peeps, things don't look so bossy for Sean, Florida, because I know right now, Kingston no want him. But anyway, put fun and joke aside still. The youth here could have been sitting easy with proper money management. Those Billboard hits, #1 hit songs that he did back in the day, he could have been sitting easy with proper money management. But trying to live above your means and not continuously putting in the work, you just a spend and nothing come in, you gonna run yourself in a bankruptcy. Well, he run himself in a fraudulent scheme and is now facing over 20 years behind bars if found guilty. Poor me, I tell you. The thing rough, but anyway, make we continue. Now, we are going to step on over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, where yesterday the police them put on a decent spot of work and slap away 2 of the St. Catherine North most wanted criminal elements. Now, one of the criminal elements is presently on your screen identified as Peter Davis, but more popularly known in the streets as Devils. Now, Devils was listed as wanted for quite some time, since last year to be exact, when he took the life of his children's mother, present person that she was dating. And he went rogue from that. So the 2 deceased, the criminal element identified as Prento and Devils, they were both aligned to the one other section in the Spanish Town, the General St. Catherine Division. Now, this just goes to show that the police now really take set, as well some people did I say, pan clansman only, and now take out the top criminal elements who is aligned to another. Now, them 2 Nakis and Clappis there, where the police them dash way quick and fast, are known friends and associates of Tickman and by extension the Wanada in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. So people just need to understand that why it may look as if the police them only a target clansman. #1, clansman is the bigger gang, the more superior gang, the gang that has more members, the gang that has done way more damage in St. Catherine than any other gang put together. The gang that had the most powerful gangsters in a gangsterism in a Jamaica. We are talking about Tesha Miller and Blackman at one point in time was the 2 most powerful gangsters in Jamaica. Yeah, man. So, of course, the police are going to target the more destructive force and pay less attention to the ones that was not doing as much damage. So, hence the reason why you might feel like, say the police them afraid to go after the one other faction. So, in my view, my peeps, it is not a matter of the police being fearful or being biased. There is no fear factor Because if them can go after and successfully take down many of the top tier members in the Klansman gang, which is the bigger, the more powerful, the more fierce gang, why wouldn't they be able to go after the one another? Yeah, man. So basically, the police them are level the playing field and will love how the ball a roll. Now, there is some more knackies and clappies we need to get rid of out of the Linstead and Bagwalk space so that those remote communities can go back to living peacefully. So I'm going to play for you right now some news clippings from the police on the ground who will definitely give you a better understanding of the operation and how the whole knockings and clappings of the two criminal elements went down. But before me get into that, I gotta give you a joke. Even though it may sound funny, it is very, very serious. The criminal element, Peter Davis, aka Devils, actually staged his own death in recent times to the point where he printed buttons with his face on it stating "Rest in peace, me G." Yeah, man. So now that he is actually no longer among the land of the living, I guess the family members can now wear those buttons proudly because RIP is definitely truth this time. Yeah, man. He did that to basically mislead the police to make them feel say him drop out by some other means so he can continue his rage upon these communities. So now we are going to hear from the police, as I stated, so you can listen and hear for yourself what actually took place. Listen.
The Senior Superintendent of Police, Jamaica Constabulary Force. So we're actually in the West Prospect area in Bogwalk in St. Catherine, where there was an incident earlier today where 2 of our police officers were shot and injured after they carried out an operation. It's a joint police military operation led by the Specialized Operations Branch, where they went in search of a wanted man who has been on the wanted list in the St. Catherine North Division for some time now. He has always been a feature of their top 3 for some time. He was featured also on our Wanted Wednesday page where we asked him to make himself available to the police. So they carried out the operation this morning, and when they went to the location, they fired at the police. The police officers were injured, but based on the training of the team that went in, they were able to continue the operation. And at the end of the shooting incident, 2 men were found with injuries, and they were later pronounced dead at hospital. Their identity revealed that they were Peter Davis, otherwise called Devil. That's his alias. And he was one of the person. The other person who was identified as Tafari Benjamin was also featured as on the police person of interest list in relation to murder. So in a little while, the Acting Assistant Commissioner will share some more about the history of this individual and how he has impacted the community violently for a long time. So unfortunately, he never allowed himself, or they never allowed themselves to be arrested. And as a result, the police and the military personnel had to put their training into perspective. They had to apply the training to ensure that there were no more injuries. At the moment, the police officers are being treated. One is considered a little more serious than the other, but they are getting the necessary support. I know the Commissioner of Police and the High Command, they have reached out to them and will be reaching out to the family, and they will continue to get the support. But I think what is important is that we just want to remind those persons who are criminal-minded that they should not seek to take on the police or the military in any violent confrontation with lethal weapons, because they are trained to defend themselves and to defend others, and they at all times will put that training into motion. Unfortunately, there are times when we end up with a very unfortunate situation that was not the intended purpose of the operation. So in every instance, we want to ensure that these persons are apprehended and taken before the court, and we want them to give themselves such an opportunity. So Acting ACP Christopher Phillips will share some more about the situation and the mayhem that these individuals have been causing.
So as SSP Lindsay would have alluded to it, this man who goes by the alias Devils, he has been on the wanted list for St. Catherine North for quite a while, and his crony Tafari Benjamin is also a person of interest in several cases of murders and shooting within the Lindsay area. This is a dangerous criminal. In fact, for a man to go out of his way to stage his death and to have it on social media, trying to more or less mislead police operation, you know the type of person that we have to deal with. One thing I observed so far is that the community is breathing a sigh of relief, you know, based on what took place this morning. And it's as a result of the relentless efforts that we're putting in. For Area 5, the last time I checked, we have over 64 wanted persons listed across Area 5. And I'd want to just remind the public that we are fully focused, razor-like focus around wanted persons, persons of interest. We have situated some teams that will focus primarily on those persons. We have the Area Fugitive Apprehension Team, and we have also joined our Special Operations Team across St. Catherine North and South, who will be fully focused. And so we are going to be living in these spaces where these wanted persons are operating, and we are going to ask the public to work with us. We want to rid these communities of the kind of criminality that we see happening inside it. In fact, the communities are crying out for peace. They are saying they want back their communities, and we are working with them. So I just want persons to rest assured that we're going to continue to do the work that is necessary right across Area 5 and to treat with all the issues that will come up.
Now over there in the Westmoreland Police Division, the Westmoreland Police have seized 3 weapons in the last 24 hours. Now we're going to hear from the head of the Westmoreland Police Division, that's Superintendent Othniel Dobson. I'm going to allow him to explain. Then of course I'm going to break down 2 of the finds after he finish. Listen.
Between 4 p.m. Friday, July 19 and 1 p.m. Saturday, July 20, the Westmoreland Division, in its continued effort against gangs, guns and gunmen, successfully seized 3 illegal firearms. That is 1 Bushmaster rifle, 2 9mm pistols, 42 rounds of ammunition, 2 ballistic vests were seized, and 3 persons were arrested in relation to these seizures. The police remains unwavering in its commitment to dismantle gangs, seize illegal firearms, and bring criminals to justice. The operations are a testament to the dedication and bravery of our officers and the transformational operation training being implemented in the JCF. These seizures, the rifle and 1 of the pistols and the bulletproof vest, are directly related to the Kings Valley gang, and we continue our effort to dismantle that gang. We extend thanks to the entire police team for their hard work and urge the citizens to continue to work with the police to build safer communities.
So now I will be giving you a full breakdown in regards to the seizure of the 2 9mm pistols. So in the first incident, sometime around 4:20 p.m., lawmen were in the Geneva district, that's in Grangeville, Westmoreland, when they saw a 19-year-old criminal element walking along the roadway. On seeing the police team, the criminal element ran. He was pursued. The criminal element dropped the weapon. The weapon was retrieved, and a closer examination of the weapon revealed that it was this Palmetto Dagger compact 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 13 live 9mm rounds. He was subsequently taken into custody, now charged with possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition is 19-year-old Sean Shaw, otherwise known as JT in the streets, said to be a laborer off Rory Street in the Geneva district in Grangeville, Westmoreland. And in the second incident, sometime around 9:30 p.m, a police team was in the Red Ground district of Negril, Westmoreland, when the driver of a Toyota Velfire motor car with a woman passenger aboard driving along the roadway was signaled to stop. It is said that the driver of the vehicle complied and a search of the vehicle was conducted. During the search, 25 9mm rounds of ammunition was found in the driver's possession. During the investigation, a further search was conducted at the man's home, where this 9mm black Beretta pistol with a magazine containing 3 live 9mm rounds of ammunition was found in his room at his home. Now, both the male and the female were taken into custody. However, their identities is being withheld pending further investigations. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Yeah, man. So on the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping checks in these particular incidents and update you in subsequent newscast. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On the Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On the Spot News Media. Yeah, man.